Okay, let's take a look at directed reading B for Chapter 1, Section 2, called Atmospheric Heating. In this section, we're hoping our learning target is to be able to describe the process of radiation, conduction, and convection. As we go through the DR, make sure you correct each problem, whether you put a star next to it if you get it right, or if you get something wrong, make sure you correct that and mark the right answer. Also, if I add any extra details, extra information, you can write those notes in the margin. All right, let's get started. Number one, how long does it take the sun's energy to reach the Earth? It takes about 8 minutes. So that energy from the sun, it's moving at the speed of light, but the sun is 93 million miles away. So it still takes that energy 8 minutes to reach the Earth. All right, now these three here, this is really key to achieving our learning target. Number two, the transfer of energy through a material is C, thermal conduction. Sometimes we just say conduction instead of thermal conduction. But conduction is when two objects are touching and heat goes from the hotter to the colder object. So for example, if there's a pot on a hot stove, heat is traveling from the hot stove directly into the pot, and the two solid objects are touching. Okay, so that's conduction. Three, the transfer of energy by movement of a liquid or a gas is B, convection. So when hot air is moving, for example, in your house, you probably have hot air vents that in the winter time there's hot air coming out of those vents, and that's convection because the warm air is moving through your house. That's convection. And four, the transfer of energy as electromagnetic waves is A, radiation. So an example of radiation is the sun is radiating energy all the way through space to reach Earth. Okay. Five, when atmospheric gases absorb and re-radiate thermal energy, that's called the greenhouse effect. So when the atmosphere absorbs energy and then it keeps the Earth warm, like at nighttime or on a cloudy day, the Earth is still pretty warm because the atmosphere is re-radiating heat. And that's an important thing to keep us, alive even at nighttime when the sun's not shining. So number five is A, greenhouse effect. Six, when temperatures around the Earth rise little by little, we call that global warming. So what could happen is if the greenhouse effect keeps the atmosphere too warm, then that could lead to global warming, which could cause all kinds of problems around the Earth. Ice caps melting, flooding, changes in weather patterns. I guess that's it. Just 1 through 6 for directed reading B. Make sure you've corrected all those. Maybe write down a couple notes in the margin. You can also add to the class wiki. And make sure you've corrected all 6 problems.